Know your place.
Such a limited imagination you have. A flash of inspiration.
It's just so hard to say. Like anytime, like it's just the secret influence. Even if their draft looks a little weird in some ways, it has a lot of good benefits for them. And I do look at tempos, and theirs doesn't look. There's something that's not gelling together for me. I'm not sure what it is. I know I'm concerned because they don't really have lockdown. Their team fight's not great either. Their draft just doesn't look very well rounded either. If they had like a nice, clean, well-rounded draft, I think yeah they might have a chance. But secret, they have to me what looks like a stronger draft even versus what they're against wonky because of a position 4 Ember.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, what are sort of the strengths of Tempo's lineup? What do you like that they went for, right? If you're a team, you're going against Secret, you've got to come out with your best, right? You're not messing around. You're bringing out what you feel is the best lineup you could possibly do.
Man, okay, so, I mean, it's fact. They're not really too ulti reliant, right? Their lanes, though, I don't feel like they're strong, which is my biggest concern. I feel like their lanes are actually quite weak, the way that they've set themselves up. And I don't really see them still having the biggest team fight, but I can see them playing really fast with the Void Spirit and then making space with Swell for the Morphling to get farm, but it's a Morphling versus an OD. I think this is always going to be really scary to play this matchup. So I think they have to play fast and they can't lose these lanes too hard. Like they cannot lose this, like this bottom lane in particular too. Versus Ember and Bloodseeker, they have to be able to set up their Morphling for success with an Undying.
The setups and I mean, even sort of this mid lane matchup. I mean, the OD pick from Nisha that did come in later down the draft. I mean, look, pretty solid Outworld Devourer game, right? A lot of targets to punch on in these early fights.
Yeah, he doesn't have like the craziest amount of things that he has to deal with either. He just has to worry about like the mostly the Grimstroke disables. Everything else he can actually just play around pretty nicely. He's so good versus Morphling and Underlord. I think that's the big reason they just saw that and they're like, all right, great hero, lane, we're good.
Let's see. Taking a start now, bottom side. It's coming in with the early blood brights. Let's clear those range creeps. I mean, we're going to see pretty static lanes. I mean, he's going to be making the early moves here in this game.
They look pretty static to me. I don't really feel like we're going to see too many moves. If anything, it's going to be Yapsor doing some unexpected stuff like an Ember, but I don't see too many rotations coming out. Kind of cool to see too. I mean, cool but weird too is a 4-position Grimstroke. This is a hero that we kind of just see exclusively played as 5.
Yeah, what sort of the benefits having it in the 4 row?
I mean, you'll actually be able to get, your items online, so your spells are going to be a little bit easier to cast. You'll probably be a little bit higher level in some situations too, but besides that, not too much else.
We'll see on the first few waves. I mean, bottom lane, Zai already leading the CS with the way that things are going. Mid lane, Nish trying to keep the pressure on to Noob underneath the tower, and is starting to get that CS advantage already here in the 1v1, using those Astrals to his favor. And the Noob tries to go for the CS. Jet having a good control of the first few waves in this 1v1.
Yeah, solid lane setups. Bloodseeker, since this is like one of the best heroes actually to play versus Undying because you're not a strength hero, so the decay sucks, but it's not hurting your base damage and all that, so you can like hit sometimes. LeBron's still doing a good job of zoning him away, and he is securing that Morphling's farm. I say that as he misses 2 last hits under time.
No, but he's getting the space, he's getting the opportunity to miss last hits.
Yes.
The job from LeBron certainly being done.
He's gonna miss. He just missed 4. He holy moly! That's why he missed 4 last hits under tower. Like that's.
Oh no! Come on, cry.
Zai, probably a bit low, but yeah, they have nothing else to go for him there. They get at least their range creep pulled off there. Yeah, can't miss those.
But overall, other than the miss last hit, yeah, pretty good opening here. First 3 minutes, sure. Your tempo, you're coming in against Secret in the lanes, and all your 3 cores, they're not having a bad time at all. Everybody's able to farm. So it's still very early days, but it's not like first few minutes in we're seeing one of the lanes getting completely dumpstered. It's not happening.
Yeah,
Tempo's finding just as much farm as Secret is.
Yeah, they're doing it. I'm actually surprised, especially with like the top lane in particular, how they've been doing up there. Is you see the Grimstroke 6 last hits, they've been pushing the lane actually very aggressively to make sure they can't get aggressive moves onto Mitch. So this Drow Avenge, which usually has a very good time against these melee heroes, they've been playing as this clumped duo there, and not allowing Secret to actually punish this Underlook at all. Oh, and Puppey actually misses the last hit with the stun there, as DNZ is able to take the big creep with a nuke, with a stroke.
Yeah, playing that lane very nice, and as you say, sort of a scenario that can certainly work out to be a little rough Underlord. See around the 4-minute runes. I mean, DNZ's come across. There's a haste rune here ready as well, as Noob's able to grab it, run down Nisha with the buff up. Nisha's in trouble. They're going to be able to take him out. First blood for Tempo. As DNZ, very nice movement. That 4 minutes is coming up. He knows there's going to be a contest for the runes. He's in position to help out Noob. And they do it. Secures in the haste rune and allows them to take down Nisha.
Perfectly done. The double checking the runes is the most important thing there. And Mitch was playing a bit careful up top during the majority of it there. He kind of hid, so he's not going to die versus this Drow Avenge during it. Great start for them here. And then Morphling is still farming just fine bottom.
Yeah, Cry continues to have a very good time. Does not mind this sort of setup at all. Yapsor. Oh, he's going to find the Morse courier though. Come across the tree lines. Yapsor's able to just step in and take that out. See the move for DNZ onto Puppey. Puppey getting low. He's caught in the firestorm. Puppey's going to go down. Mitch, will he fall in return? Matu's trying to find him. Mitch is able to head into the trees. There's the salve, and they've got the illusion, the extra vision, and beat down as well. As they do lose Mitch for that attempt. Extra money going into Puppey and Matu. But still,
feels so nice having that thirst vision too there when he's hiding. Yeah. He's trying to hide on the tree lines there.
Yeah, that's true.
They do get the kill. Kill trade. See, they're actually looking at the mid lane a little bit here again. Maybe if he does use an Astral aggressively, they maybe go to make the play here. So there's the Astral. You can see it.
This could be a setup. Won't hit the slot. With that, they don't want to quite jump in. Noob, now he might do so. He's able to get the remnant pull back onto Nisha, but they're feeling a little scared to go on him. I mean, did you feel they could have committed better in a way there, or is that just a bit of an awkward kill to find on the OD?
I thought they might. I think they were afraid of the TPs, but the bench had already used, already used her top, and they only really have an Ember Spirit to kind of counter it, but they were just being careful. And now,
Noob in trouble. Still got the jump away. Sure. Not having the early point yet in the South Eclipse. Even if he did there, Noob still very high mountain pull here at top lane. So GNZ can get Puppey for a second time. He's caught in the firestorm yet again. Yep, so CP's over, but nothing he can do to save his venge. Second time they're able to find Puppey. It's a lot of damage between these two. Anytime that Mitch is able to catch them in the pit, it's just huge amounts of magical burst early on.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'm always still a fan of Grimstroke. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the two are just like stopped getting picked by some teams, but I always just feel the power. Whenever he's in any game, I'm just like, wow, damn, that's a great Grimstroke spell. I always feel because he's able to do so much, but the Gust able to do quite a bit there too.
Yeah, we'll always be able to put a stop to that attempt unless they're able to get Matu, pretty far on their side of the Pit of Malice when they lay it down. Matu's going to switch things up. He's not going to want to fight up on this top lane any further now with the levels that this Underlord Grimstroke lane has managed to build up.
Now
Puppey's trying to make plays down bottom.
Yeah, they're going to send the Drow out.
Yeah. Get some pressure on the tower. Something about this morph as Gus comes in, but Cry already starts there to build up the strength. Able to play his way out of there. They have got the pools going though, so a wave or two will be denied away from the morph. Control that Secret's managed to come in with and clean up this stack neutral camp. Got him. That's the poor Alicia. Gonna use the Astral aggressively there. As he steps up onto the two of them. Has to be a little careful though, as Noob and DNZ will happily start turning around over towards him. Jenna unable to save the Absol there that time round.
just use the Astral though. They might go aggressive on him here. Noob has got an Astral step in 1 second.
He wants to. They're going to have to buff. They're going to go straight in. You're right. They're looking for Nisha. He's in range of the stun. Science to follow up. Puppy's trying to help out, but the burst is already there. Nisha goes down. And they've got Puppy and Yapso trying to find something in return. They're in with the chains onto DNZ. Wave of Terror out onto them. The Noob steps away. He's able to find himself a regen rune. DNZ gets healed up just in time by the Soul Rip as LeBron comes in, drops the tombstone. They do lose DNZ, but they get Puppy in return. The tempo continuing to just bring an excellent fight early on to Secret. And they're getting rewarded in the kills. It's 6 for 2 right now. With Tempo making some really nice movements and just getting a lot done with his Grimstroke. The DNZ, sure, he goes down there, but he's 1-1 and 5. He's been involved in every 6 kill that they've gone for.
Yeah, I like how they were so adamant about going for that kill there too. Nisha, will he get the tombstone? He will. Okay, had a quarter of a second left on it. Also going to be able to find LeBron here, it looks like. But yeah, super nice play there by just, yeah, they see the Astral and they know they can make those aggressive moves when supports aren't in position. So they're taking advantage of that pretty good start that they're having here in this laning here.
This combo again, just
middle tower.
every single time. DNZ consistently finding core heroes to make plays around. Zai will fall. I mean, they're doing an excellent job with this Grimstroke. He's now hit the 6. Yeah, they're just so potent. You know, you sort of team him up with a mobile hero like this Void Spirit. They're going to be able to find these kills every time that Secret is split across the map at this laning stage.
And they're playing to that strength that we were talking about, just that speed in the early game with these two heroes, exactly what we're mentioning too. It's this Grim and this Void Spirit. They can make the aggressive moves.
Dire's top tower.
And it gives Mitch space to just kind of play what an Underlord wants to do. Just park himself at a lane, take the tower, and then defend the tower too. But he goes bottom when he sees Secret kind of setting up for it, then he'll be able to push him away from that too. All the right moves so far here for Tempo.
Try and going on to Mitch with the rupture. To the tower he is, I mean, but he's going to sort of stand his ground. Zai still trying to get in. TPs are on their way over. Zai trying to beat into him with that aura. Not a lot of right-click damage coming out from Zai. Now back up there. LeBron's into the Soul Rip. The pitch down. Zai's trapped. He's taken out. Tempo once again with the upplay. Mitch does go down.
And they're going aggressive on Nisha.
They find this is why you're right with the aggressive play. They're making down bottom. They don't have the resources to help their OD out mid. Nisha jumps on yet again by Noob. Two of them, Noob and DNZ, getting yet another kill. See bottom.
Right.
Oh. Looks like he came in to try and burst down Puppy. He's almost certainly going to lose his life. Or maybe not. He's got a lot of strength building up. TP's coming in. DNZ's going to be there to help out. Cry is in the trees, but Yapso finds him with the chains, and that's just enough damage to finish off that ball. The Secret will finally get the kill. Just a lot of action early on. We're still, 11 minutes in, 9 to 6. Less than 1k gold in it. I mean, both teams really giving it their all, and so far, so good really from Tempo. They're standing up very strongly against Secret in this early game.
Yeah, and they're punishing Nisha a lot every single time there. He's 0-3, something you don't really see too often. Bottom though, DNZ shows his face. Secret will pick that one up. Yapsor somehow dominating as a 4 Ember during the majority of all this too.
But we're seeing it again. You know, a play's being made by Secret down bottom. It's leaving Nisha vulnerable. This time they have got the DP's back up. They're heading straight over to provide support for Nisha. But the grab's there. A perfectly placed remnant comes out from Noob. Secures the setup to finish off Nisha. LeBron will be left behind. And again, Tempo, they're cool with this. They continue to get away with punishing Nisha's game.
Nisha gives him respect there. I love how what LeBron did there. Actually just staying on the high ground, just walking up to ensure that he gets that kill. He's also gone for the 4-point Soul Rip build. You don't see too often. Usually you see maybe like 2 or 3 points and 2 or 3 in the tombstone, but no, he's all out just for the damage here. That's fun. And they are able to get those kills. Matu, he takes the space though. They're actually able to claim this tier 1 bottom and still be in a pretty okay spot. The build that so he's gonna go for. Okay. He's gonna go for the mech. I thought maybe because of how explosive the start was, he moved to scope for that Spirit Vessel for his team, because he is versus the more orphans up, even though not as strong anymore, of course. But he wants to have that. Just the auras, just the urn is enough for Mayfield.
Top lane. Zai. Catch eyes onto Cry.
Zai knows he needs to take the scary farm, you know, as I always say, the top lane, you know, Brian, whatever, BSJ, dead lane thing. This is where you usually die, so they send Zai up top, they leave Matumba down bottom, and they bring the 3 heroes to defend the tower. Zai up here, even if he dies, he's doing his job. He needs to just push this lane out. And it's the same thing on the opposite side with Mitch, where he's pushing out bottom. Very similar kind of movements, which is a good sign for Tempo that they're doing those type of moves. If you see Secret doing those moves, you're probably pretty happy for yourself if you're kind of replicating that. Some stacks now, though. We see Matu. Puppy has been busy.
Well, this sort of start as well, Noob's on track to get a very good timing on the Ags that he's rushing. Yeah, it's just the fact that he's had his game set up so perfectly by DNZ. I mean, 3-0-4. You know, you're a Void Spirit that's just been in lane against Anisha OD. You're going to be very happy with the way things have started off for yourself.
Ags that blood right, and yeah, in this game too, like it's such a good Ags game. Whenever you're playing versus a hero, like whenever you're playing versus OD, just silences in general. He's not versus the most stuns either or anything like that. He doesn't need a Yules to play around too many things. Might hurt him, like the Gust in particular might hurt quite a bit, but I love the Ags choice versus Ember and OD, even if it's just like a support Ember.
Radiant are scanning.
There we go.
They want to get into
Come
these
up with
ancients.
smoke. Let's see if they can find the Drow, try and find MATUMBAMAN, and they may just be able to do so. They've got it. They're in straight away with the grab. Combo follow-ups there as Matu will fall. Excellent invasion from Tempo onto Secret's top of the map with that smoke as they get the kill on the Drow and they get out without Secret being able to punish them at all.
This high level Grimstroke, just like you said, he's doing so much work on DNC. Just level 4 Ink Swell so early on. And the noob is always finding the targets, it feels.
Dire's middle tower
Hey,
is
keeping it
under
real
attack.
good and making a lot of space for Cry to just be more fun. Don't join, just fight.
What's he going item-wise? Okay, so well, yeah, getting the Manta first, so he's got some sort of safety against the silences, the roots that Secret have to offer.
I don't think
hitting a good time on it.
Yeah, I don't think I've been seeing anybody else really deviate from the Manta anymore now. It's just by far
Yeah,
the
it's
best
Manta, yeah.
Metamorph. It's like the E-Blade it in some games, since you can say it, but majority it's spilled.
Now,
3 bounties for Secret.
yeah, not quite able to get into position on the river up top. Time as Nisha was out for himself. Nisha's build also closing in on the Ags, 1500 to go, and the Aghanims will be there. He's then able to have that extra bit of reach for the setups and the saves. That can all be countered, as we say, by Noob getting a good time on his own Ags. The combination of his AoE silence with the resonant pulses and also having DNZ with the Phantom's Embrace means that it's just a lot of annoying things that you have to play around as an OD.
Yeah.
And without that BKB or any solid answer to the silence, you're just not going to have an easy time in the team fights.
Radiant structures are fortified.
See middle, they get the root onto Noob, and they've got the chains done.
This is going to happen when they get that opening. Mass silence went full 5 in the turnaround. They're going to look towards LeBron. Swap there. Brings him up to the high ground. LeBron, he's ready to fight. Turns ready to pump the ult. He's got the backup in this. Straight in on top of MATUMBAMAN. MATUMBAMAN goes down. Cry turns over towards Zai, but Zai is able to run himself away into the river. Sanity's dropped down onto Mitch, and Nisha will be able to turn and find the double kill, taking out both the Underlord and the Undying. Secret this time round, offering a solid defense around that mid lane. More than happy to take the fight. Just as things begun quickly losing that Void Spirit to start things off there. I mean, as much as it's talking about the silences the Secret have to deal with, definitely the same to be said for Noob when he goes for the Ags build. He's not going to have that Yules, not going to have that way to play out of this huge sort of gust. Searing chains into blood, right? It's a very scary place for a Void Spirit to find himself on the front lines.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets Searing Chains at all, there's always that follow-up without the Yules build like we were mentioning. So it's a lot of aggression, and it can definitely cost for him because Yapsor is level 10, so he's always going to have that slight chain spam, that like 6-second, 10-second kind of similar cooldowns to what to get on these people. And the Secret holding their mid tower, which is probably the most important thing. Sure, they lose Matu, which is devastating for them, but keep the mid tower alive and do end up winning the fight anyway.
And
I don't think Matu expected to die so fast.
No, he did get shredded. I mean, and Matu, even with a couple of deaths that he's had, he's still able to hold on to that top spot. His farm's still solid. He's going to have the Manta almost certainly by the time the next fight kicks off. So at least then having some sort of way to get himself out of things, and also on top of that having the Ags now done on Nisha, there's likely to be the reach and the Astrals to make sure that he can keep his Drow alive.
I'm wondering how Cry isn't more farmed, because he's just been left alone as this Morphling, right? I'm just seeing Matu with 2 deaths. Still is just severely outfarmed. Even though, yeah, Matu did get those ancient stacks and everything built up from his team, I feel Krabi should be on a little bit better pacing here after giving so much space from his team.
I mean, well, we did see him miss those CS under the tower, so, you know, maybe just a bit of a slow start for Cry here in this game one. See with the river. Now we need to kill it. Last Astral, enough to take LeBron over the edge. As Nisha now starting to really clean up his act after having the focus that was sent his way in the early game. Those 4 early deaths, a result of Tempo very much just looking to slow him down. But look at the net worth, and Nisha's still in a position despite Tempo's best attempts to keep him behind.
Yeah, and laning phase in first 15 minutes is one thing where you can, you know, really make these moves happen. It's what you do afterwards. This is where the actual team aspect really starts to come in. Is, are they going to ever actually be able to bring down this net worth, or is Secret just going to continue to growing this and growing this and growing this? They have to be able to do some type of big explosive moves here now, next few moments. Because it does feel like they're starting to just get out-farmed across the map.
Yeah,
I mean, we're farming, but not much else.
Oh, talking about the morph, he's going to go for the Roche.
Okay.
They're going to try for this. I mean, LeBron, he's got the medallion. Tombstone's down. It's working. I know, Secret, they're not aware of this. They weren't ready for this. They weren't ready for this. It's going down. It's at half HP. Are they going to even check this? I don't think Secret expect this at all. No. Now they do. They've scanned it. Now they've scanned it, but are they going to be able to get there in time? Roshan's going down. Tempo. They've done it. They've got away with it. Cry's able to pick up the Aegis. Soulbind's out on both sides. Puppy. As now Tempo. Oh my God. Cry just able to survive, and Tempo, they're playing it smart, they're going to get out, and not before. Oh no, he missed the ride. He missed the ride, and he may just die for this. The silence, the punishment for this piercing atmosphere, he will just live. Able to live. DNZ will fall. Cry somehow surviving that. As Tempo, they're even ready to come back in. They're coming in with the smoke from the side. Mitch, he's got the setup. The pit's down. Cry's coming over from the side along with Noob. Puppy is getting controlled by these silences. Puppy trying to run. Matu offering some backup from the high ground with the multi-shot. Cry stepping forward, quickly gets to put this together. The damage from Matu, it still brings him down. Silence eases this is its use. It was necessary. He just wanted to. I'm helping everybody. He says now he's in trouble. He's been jumped on by Noob. Turns to the Astral to hold back. One Cries in. Defensive Astral will buy some safety. Matu just continues to hold his ground. Turns over towards Cry, but they've lost the OD. LeBron is falling low. Matu trying to think she will be able to do so. Matu, he's still full HP. This Drow is untouchable. They can't kill him. They can't even touch him. Matu just stood there, shot them all in the face, and it worked. Tempo, they've lost 3. They're going to lose Mitch as well as Matu. He's trying to step across, hoping to slow down by the side. He's not even needed. Yabsor finishes him off with the slide of fist. I mean,
hey, just for what, right?
It's a bit scary.
Yeah. Secret somehow just walks up into you. Puppy takes forever to die, and you get this beautiful positioning of the fight where you have high ground on the Radiant side. You have high ground with your Drow just wailing on heroes, and you get a great reset position for him there.
Radiant's middle tower
and
is under
you can really
attack.
it just seems that, you know, Secret there, obviously the masters of many things regarding Dota, but it's just the fact that, you know, they're showing up at this specific time with these heroes, because they know that Matu's going to be able to do this. They know that this Drow at this stage of the game, it's just going to rip through heroes, and it really does. You see these hits coming in with the level 2 marksmanship, and it just destroys these heroes in just 20 minutes into the game.
And we're really starting to see, like, you know, QL mentioned one thing really specific that I did want to talk about on the panel is they didn't pick any anti-Drow heroes. And it was an opening 2 Drow. This Drow, you see, even when they get on top of her, she's pretty damn except for that mid-siege week. Now that she's hit her timings, this Drow doesn't really have a counter, it feels like. She's just this, this king. I mean, queen, if we want.
And he's just about to hit level 18 as well. You've got to imagine when he gets that level 3 marksmanship. I mean, look, already, Mitch has got to be careful. Step back, get to the high ground, keep yourself safe. You've got to respect the Drow. Atu, he's ready to take this win in the bag here. 3-2-9, 6k lead.
See you later.
Secret do continue to just build that advantage. Tempo, they had a solid showing in the lanes, but still struggling to really find much of a sort of team plays coming into this mid game.
Secret's just running at them now.
Yeah, they've got the disable onto DNZ with that Yules. Cancelling DNZ's attempt to TP out. Another kill is claimed. Like you said, this is really the time for the testing to begin for Tempo.
Dire's
Tempo,
middle
they've
tower is
got to
under
show us
attack.
what they've got. Well, we know they can play Dota, but are they ready to come in with the big team movements?
Double Astral, so they're gonna go for the tombstone. Get pitted.
The Remnant onto Nisha. Nisha is going to turn and take down the Undying. Matu, he's coming in to the side of the fight. Nisha will go down, but you know that Matu's going to be looking for the cleanup, and he's already making a good job on it. Mitch is able to get out of there with the Yules and the Rift. He'll make it away. Noob dodges the Blood Bright with the Dissimulate. Yaps is going to continue to chase point at him with the chains. But it really is just the Drow effect. Matu level 18. It's just insane amount of farm. Matu
Radiant's
playing his
top
game
tower is under
perfectly,
attack.
and this Drow is just they can't deal with
Radiant's
it. We're
top
close to
tower
Matu.
has fallen.
Not at all. And I was gonna say, so I don't know how, but somehow Yaps for his 20 of the 21 kills, by the way, on support Ember. He's also 6-1. Yeah, he's 6-1 and 14. I don't know. I don't know how he makes it work, but somehow it's doing it. Yeah, it really feels like they found their stride. It didn't feel like they were really ever out in this game, right? Like, I mean, Secret.
No,
we were in a great spot, but now it feels like there's just no answer.
A flash of inspiration.
Tempo now in a position against Secret where we've seen countless teams fail before. And you're behind Secret as the mid game begins. How do you
just
turn
charging in.
I hear it is. Runs into the three of them. Backups there. They'll take out the Undying. Who do they want to go for next? The Morning Shot does catch onto DNC. So quite a while. Yapsa might actually be able to find the catcher if he wants to go with the Remnant. I think he's actually going to TP back. He wants to look to try and find Noob. The setup's there. Yapsa's going to be able to get in with the chain. He's got the timing. He has straight up. See, a little bit of surviving from Noob. Again, just the constant control for Nisha with these Aghanim Astral Astral Imprisonment charges. As Noob's trying to run. Zai's chasing. He goes for the TP out, but they're in again. Zai able to throw out the clumsy net as Noob will fall. Secret claim yet another life of Tempo. And with a 10k lead, they're back on with the push. Matu straight down mid looking for the tier 2.
This just isn't fair. They're trying. They're trying their damnedest.
I mean, they really are.
Radiant's middle tower.
They really are, but at the end of the day, it's Secret. It doesn't matter if you do in the lanes. It's when it comes down to the real grit of playing the game as a team sport. What have you got? It seems so far they just don't have what it takes here to outplay Secret, unfortunately, for Tempo. Still opportunities for them, but this game continues to slip into tougher and tougher territory as this lead just continues to grow for Secret. A lot of pressure on Cry to do amazing things as the Morphling, but it isn't an easy game to do so as the Morph. Many a silence and chains to catch him out. It's a very tricky game for Cry. One footstep in the wrong position in a team fight and he will die very quickly.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, he literally could just not morph up from his current mana pool, and he just almost gets one-shotted from an OD. There's just so many different things he has to worry about. He's just versus so many counters. They're trying to group up here with the smoke, get themselves a nice Arcane Rune too around their Void Spirit. Secret all kind of in the area, though. They're aware, completely aware of this. Look at this. They're even just there. All right, Puppy, go on the front.
I'll just run in and start the fight, Puppy, yeah.
Yep. They know exactly where they are.
Gonna get the job, just go. On to Nisha for the swap there. Puppy's able to take him out to the side. The Soul Binds out, grabs the good. Astral will keep Nisha safe and out, but Puppy falls. Will Tempo get anything more? Mitch, but he taken down by MATUMBAMAN. He comes out with a self-kill. Fight sometime for him. The chains catches him though, as well as the Sanity's coming crashing down from Nisha. Nisha will remain alive as 3 down on Tempo. Cry and DNZ the only 2 to make it out of there as they'll run away to safety. But again, as you say, Secret more than prepared for that play. Puppy goes down, but that's all part of the plan for Secret yet again as they take another team fight win.
Yeah, Matu just chills in the back, free firing on everybody.
Radiant's middle tower.
No contestation onto it again. I actually really thought he was going to die there, but Clutch Astrals into just Greaves saving him. And it just
Radiant structures.
looks impossible.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Poking at the high ground here, Secret. Got the halberd done on the Underlord, so let's see at least Mitch having some sort of way to slow down the damage output of this Drow.
Radiant's
However,
top tower
she
is
did
under
just get the
attack.
multi-shot talent, so more damage from the non-halberding ability. See what they got here, though. See, I think I see that E-Blade finished. I saw
Radiant's
Dagon, but I'm
top
pretty sure that was from
tower
Zai.
has fallen.
Yeah.
Dagon?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're the I'll play Bloodseeker and having a good game, that's what you do.
I mean, you're versus a Morphling, too. This guy's gonna be
Yep.
low Morph. You Blood Rage yourself, you Dagon him, you might just kill him.
Oh, yeah.
Mood of invisibility.
It is very, very good. One of the heroes that Dagon definitely is. It's viable on. This is a hero where you can get away with it in your pubs. Not as your first item, mind you. Don't go getting any crazy ideas.
But your third item.
But you're absolutely. If you're not buying it, I will report you.
Yeah, he knows he can do this. They have the Greaves already and everything, too, for the Ember Spirit. All sitting around in the mid area.
Dire's bottom
And now he's going to be
tower
finishing
is
that
under
Spirit
attack.
Vessel that we were talking about earlier.
Dire's bottom tower
Zai
has fallen.
does scout there a little bit with Blood, right? Get some information. Sees a couple heroes on the left side there.
Right,
Maybe
she's gonna be up
anticipating a
in minute.
movement.
Dire's bottom
Yeah, they're
tower
going to just play around this
Chill
top
for that.
side. Yeah, they're just going to chill the courier in there to make sure they see when it spawns immediately, and maybe just claim a little bit of these new creeps on the high ground, get a ward too. Yep, so even cutting the tree so that the ward gives more vision. And now they see Tempo.
Oh, here we go. Zai. He's been caught. No. On top of Zai, but Zai in the air with the self-fuels. Keeping away, gets the blood right out, but he's taken out. They bring down Zai. Can they try and go for anything more here? It's just going to be a 4v4. Those Matu's having even the playing field shooting down LeBron.
They're avoiding that
Wanna keep
tombstone.
it-
They know it's there.
Yeah.
They don't
Being
want
at
to
least very careful about how they approach this.
Yeah.
DNZ crying Mitch is holding their ground around the tombstone. And it's working secret. Don't want to push into it.
They give a lot of respect. You can see, even though they know they're stronger, they give a lot of respect walking the high ground versus tombstone. It's very important.
A gift from the goddess.
30 minutes up. And the runes to be taken, of course, at this point. Secret, they do maintain both outpost control.
I think this is like one of the first games where I see a team with Drow not get a Grove Bow or a Telescope. Usually they get both. Oh yeah, they didn't get both this time around.
I know, gave him the chance to try and make it a fair fight. Doesn't want to give Secret too many benefits.
He has a Butterfly though, so I mean he's just fine. He had a Greater Fairy Fire, pretty decent. And it's time. Time to push forward. Age of Cheese, very strong. It looks like they're going to run right into Tempo.
I mean, he gets the Remnant connection, but knows that the whole Secret's chasing. He doesn't want to try and take a fight outside of the base. How's things going for Cry? Still finding space to push the side lanes out. Once he has the BKB...
Uh-oh.
It's
Is he just dead?
Nah, he's fine.
Okay, I mean, you sure?
It's well, I mean, is he going to be able to TP out? No, Zai's got a ult. Oh, but with the waveform in the trees, that'll do it. Nicely done by Cry. Out of vision. Gets out with the TP waveform. Try for Puppy, but Puppy's got Matu here. You should see Matu. Has he got the multi-shot? He has. He doesn't even need to use it. Gets the kill. Noob jumps back with the out. I'll bring in Puppy and Matu down a little bit. Cry's able to burst down Puppy with the E-Blade combo. Again,
Now there's no Underlord
Radiant's
to
middle
no
tower
Underlord to
is
defend.
under
They have to buy back on the Grim Shove. He's their spam. He has to get them off the tower somehow, at least clear the creep wave.
Radiant's middle tower
Get most of the
has fallen.
creeps.
Up to the high ground they go.
Cry?
How can they stop this? We said with no Underlord, no real front line, it's very hard to push Matu back. There's the jump. 4 stars out the side, Matu. He's out of harm's way. Ultra comes in onto DNZ. DNZ being healed up by the urn. And the Soul Rip. And that E-Blade combo. Nearly killing off Sai, actually. Astral does come out. Ends up setting up the Remnant. Another Astral protects him from the new damage of DNZ. and they get him. Zai uses up at the same time as they try and come in with a wave bomb. They do get the sides out to Nish, and they will manage to burst down Zai. I mean, Cry, he's doing it. He's been playing it cool. He's got the farm, and he's now turning up, and he is able to start to slow down some of the motion that Secret's trying to come in with. You know, they're trying to go for the high ground. With Cry playing out, getting him a Z-Blade combo, taking away members from Secret's lineup. He's making Secret think twice about pushing any further. And now Noob, he's jumping in deep. He's been able to get himself straight on top of Nisha. Nisha goes straight away, she's back at the play speed. The jump to the side, finds Puppy. Cry, he's got another, he's going to put the BKB. He's trying to commit it onto Matumbaman. Matumbaman has been halberded, but they're taking themselves out of this one. The ref brings Krylak back to safety. As he gets back to base,
or two shot of the Void Spirit, sorry. Jeez. D-Rune.
This Drow just hit so hard. I mean, there's two here in both of these cores.
Radiant's top tower.
I mean, they've got to get on top of the OD, but they've also got to get on top of the Drow. Two heroes that you cannot allow to just have the range, the area to just hit into you, build up those stats.
Radiant structures
the OD.
Instantly double glimmer on him.
Radiant's
The burst brings him low, but Matu's still with the Aegis. And they got what they came for. Their secret melee racks are down. Mid lane.
Puppy trying to TP back and get an ancient stack in the meantime to be efficient. Doesn't quite get it there though with the Wave of Terror. Rest of his team though is all together, keeping those lanes. To dying because of it, not having that match community, but that will always protect him. And yeah, they keep these two side lanes pushed in. And now Puppy, he's gonna come back.
Matu
Kind of trapped.
Good forcing in aggressively there. Nearly actually finishes off the ends underneath there. They're still going to be able to do so. As the Glimmer comes to the end, Matu's in position to kill him off. And Zai's already hunting on the high ground. Quick burst from Cry comes into place. Noob jumps forward. Zai able to save himself now with the Yules. Puppy swaps him out to the side. Gets Zai back to safety. Yapsaw in with the chains onto Mitch. Matu starts to approach the high ground, taking down the tier 3. They don't go through to stop this. Matu's getting low, just holding his ground. Taking the tier 3, they'll get through the one life. They're doing a second. He is on the high ground here. Mitch looking for the setup with a pit. 4 of them backing him up. Matu, a hard target to jump. Cry just trying to burst them down low, trying to sway Secret from sticking around any further. And they catches onto Matu, but still very tough to commit every time, knowing that Puppy's going to be able to save Matu. Quick jump inside, but no, they got him! They burst him down, they couldn't save him entirely. Fuck the man, trying to get the hurricane pipe, but Cry and Noob put in there. They take down the Drow. Now they're going to look to try and find more. Puppy with the swap, getting Nisha back up to safety. He's holding his ground with the Glimmer Cape. Cry, he's trying to get to the high ground and find something bigger. Will find Puppy, but the rest of Secret, they're already starting to retreat. Tempo chase for anything further. Doesn't look like they'll find anything. Nisha's out with the blink. He's away. They lose the range, but they keep the melee racks alive there in that top lane, and they do manage to push them back. I mean, again, we are seeing the farm from the Morph coming into play, and it's an incredibly hard game for Tempo, playing up against Secret. And this Morph that has been AFK farming his best to stay relevant is definitely having an impact in at least slowing down Secret here in this game.
Yeah, and because of the build that the Void Spirit actually went, I was going to point it out, he went for the Kaya earlier. That Kaya actually made the difference there because he did all that burst magic damage. He just caught Matumba off guard. He couldn't get the TMP off. He just couldn't save him. That was very nicely held by them there on that high ground. Still a lot more that they need to gain, but like you said, that Morphling, he's still up there.
No, this is absolutely still a very hard game for Tempo to come back into, but very impressive to see the way that they are holding, because we've seen many teams, of course, buckle under the pressure of Secret much more than this side has here. With players, that the people may not have heard before. Krylak sort of stepping in. This guy picked up and joining the squad. Wasn't playing with them in previous tournaments, but definitely looking like there is potential here for Tempo.
Yeah. Definitely have to agree. They had their first 15 minutes are also incredibly good. Their smoke moves and everything they've done, they're definitely looking pretty good here. Krylak does get his Illusionist Cape. Very nice there for the Morphling.
Yep, great stats. Excellent active, especially when you do have the waves pressured in against you, as they are right now, with a couple of your racks taking a bit of a beating already.
Yep. Spell Prism also for Noob. Probably one of the better pickups he can get for himself, too.
Well, that's a bit of an unfair one, though. Matu getting the leveler.
Matu gets a leveler, yeah. But he's actually hanging on to the Nether Shot for the time being. He's kind of switching between resist.
Oh, he's got the okay. So there was also the ninja gear to choose from, so he's got for that. Of course, that extra agi, a huge boost.
Wow, no one's gonna use the leveler.
I mean, just goes to show that Secret got quite nice items this tier. Then
yes, they did.
He's getting a pass on.
Yeah.
There we go. Only leveler to do damage to the buildings with the amount that Matu has farmed up this game as this tier 3 tower will go down.
Try to pop him again.
I'm going to try, but the Clement takes inside. Oh, they've got the counter play. Krylak tries to get in, but they quickly turn and burst him with the Hex of the Sanity's Eclipse. Cry will fall, he's got buyback available on the board. Right, if he's going to try and use it in an attempt to hold on to the ribbon. Soulbind does come out, and he jumps in, able to get the silence off him, back to put the BKB, tries to turn. Jump the Astros, first Poppy down with a finish off the replay. Poppy's out of action. Can they get anything more here, Tempo? Secret, they'll jump off to the side, no further catch for now from Tempo, and that did require 2 buybacks to come into play by them. They just get Puppy. Secret will hold off for now, but of course with the buybacks being expended to perform that defense, the net worth growth for Secret does only continue. Now up 16k.
Yeah, they got mostly what they came for there because of that. Don't want to force anything in there. If the Sanity's on cooldown either, they can all back up, finish up some items. Matu, he'll move away. And now it's like, you know Tempo's going to be very afraid because these 2 heroes, if Morphin walks out, he dies, game's over. So you're in a real good spot to just chill out now on the side of Secret.
I think that's what you do, right? You hit him hard. You try with the smoke. Maybe Secret don't expect this. You say Secret maybe expecting you to play safe. It is. And this is even better. Don't try for a risky kill. Try and sneak a Roshan. And you know what? They may just get away with this. May just get away with this Tempo. And this is huge, right? You've just spent the buyback on your morph. If you can get away with this Aegis and Cheese. Oh, again, just Tempo doing everything they can to hold on to this. And they've called Matu at the top. A defensive Astral will come out, but Roshan's already been finished. Tempo's able to grab the Aegis and the Cheese on the Morphling. Matu pops the BKB, turns down towards the front. Mitch trying to turn and hold them back with the pit, but they continue to chase on with the BKB. Up in the air with the Yules, the rift out. Mitch is the other amount of time he is. Gets them back to safety. They're back to base. Tempo will live to see another day after getting away with an excellent smoke out at the base into the Roshan, as they're ready to hold the high Aegis and the Cheese at their disposal. They do, however, still lose DNC outside the base, so Tempo are going to have to buy a bit of time here, 50 seconds or so without both the Undying and the Grimstroke.
Big heads up move though, getting the Roche, getting themselves out. Mitch was one hit from dying, and then all of them dying right afterwards, so nice heads up play. One of the only moves they can do in the game.
Now they've got to somehow just try and keep it cool until they've got the full 5 up. And they're going to struggle to protect their racks here as Matu is just in, finishes the top racks.
Looking for the Hex play onto Krylak here from the side.
He's plugged it! He's got the Hex. Is there any sort of save for him? He's silenced, he's running away, he's going to be able to make it out. I need the pit from Mitch catching onto the Ember there, so Yapso couldn't jump in with the Remnant to quite finish him off. Mitch trying to run, save. Mitch is back up to full HP, he'll live. Without that E-Blade there, he would have certainly died to Matu's multi-shot. So he heads up move there from Kryze. He gets back in with the E-Blade as they still continue to try and hold on here, Tempo. They are now down 20k though. Secret, they're ready to go yet again. Matu just popping the BKB. Cry also committing with his own BKB. E-Blade combo out. 2 of them with the Soulbind. Puppy, he's the new focus. Noob jumps out the side. The multi-shot bringing Cry down low. They're still trying to chase onwards. Onto the high ground. He's been caught out by the Hex. The Sanities comes out. Noob will go down. He flies back immediately though. Tempo continue to try and push on. They've killed off Nisha. It's a buyback from the OD of Nisha. Cheapy's over towards the Outburst. Cry turns into the Avenge. He's the magic missile. They've lost his first life. He's back to second with the Aegis. Matu's getting low. Another burst. They're taking out Matu. They're taking out Poppy as well. Tempo chasing on for more. The Phantom Embrace out onto Yapsor. Can they control this Ember Spirit any further? He's out. Down to the bottom trying to juke it out. Has a Remnant in place. Mitch trying to wait there in preparation for the jump. Krylat and LeBron, they're still on the hunt for this OG, but Nisha is able to head down to the bottom lane and keep himself safe. But that's a big one. If they can find the creep wave, the creep waves are pushed heavily into them right now. I just come in with another poke onto Noob. Yapsor finding the chains. Yules will keep him out of the route for now. Mitch hits out onto the Ember, but already Yapsor has got a remnant out of preparation. He's out to the side. Zai still looking at an opportunity to poke back into them, and Yapsor jumps in straight away with the remnant, gets the chains catch onto both the two of them. Mitch, he's out. Rips there as well as the Minotaur Horn. He's able to make it away before they can burst him out. He'll live.
That Aegis and Cheese pretty much doing everything for them there. Able to sustain inside of the fight. Not the Cheese, of course, but the Aegis. Able for them to stick the ground there and get these kills, but lane still forced in heavily. Yapsor even was pushing the bottom wave during the fight, actually, to keep making sure that that's pushed in. And yeah, they're still kind of trapped in, right outside of their base as Venge is respawning and Drow in just a couple moments.
Now, Cry was able to step outside the base, though, and get his Lincolns done. So now does have that extra protection against these Hex players that have been tripping him up in the fights.
And he's at 25, so he's got the waveform in and the waveform out if he wants to choose to do so in most of these situations. But Secret all back up. Yapsor now level Yapsor 25 before Nisha. But Nisha's like the lowest level on the team. He's getting focused. Nisha's 20, Puppy's 20, okay. But yeah, Matu rejoins the fight, immediate smoke. Tempo's playing around Tempo though.
They're ready to jump, they're ready for this smoke. Straight away they're going immediately onto the Matumba wants the BKB. Hurricane flies up to the side of the sword bite. It's caught to Yapsor and Matumbaman. Krylat standing his ground. Moving force them out. Puppy swapping them out to the side. Matu will turn. Starts to shoot back onto LeBron. Mitch moving in with Minotaur Horn. They've lost LeBron. They're going to lose Mitch soon as well as he's surrounded by the three of them. Mitch gets taken out. Found Zai. There'll be a buyback from the Underlord. Krylat, he gets caught out by Yapsor as he swings across with the remnants. That's Krylat down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on him as well as it's still on cooldown for 2 minutes. There should be Secret coming in with a finishing blow with no more Flink to join the defense. It's pretty much impossible for Tempo to stop now as Secret take the final set of racks. The Mega Creeps are out. They'll move on to the tier 4s.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They tried to take that fighter on the board. They're going to try again here.
That one's a big dissimilate. Able to bring them on. They're holding. They're holding. They've found Nisha. He's dead for 2 minutes, but Matu, he's the real issue. They've got to deal with this Drow. Matu's getting away, but standing to the side. They're going to jump over the halberds there. He's pinned his arm. They're able to run back to the basement. He's going to rift himself back to the fountain. And he's away. He'll live. They've buying some time. They've killed Nisha. LeBron's going to be back up in a few seconds. And they're on top of Matumbaman. The pick's out. He's got his BKB back and ready to go once more. Turns over towards Noob, but Noob's able to buy time with the dissimilate. As he jumps out, Matu continues to run. Has Mitch got any further catch? He's trying to stay on top of the Drow, but Yapsor and Puppy are by the side of Matu with a throw from the Grim. It catches on Puppy. Puppy is there. Will be left behind as he swapped Matu out to the side. They're still trying to find Matu, but now Yapsor's just turning. Runs down LeBron. LeBron will save himself with the Glimmer Cape. Puppy and Matu kill off TNT. A buyback comes out. Matu falling low. He's jumping into the sky. They got the damage to finish him off. The Hurricane pikes himself out of the pit, out of the firestorm. He will live. Mitch almost certainly will not. The Minotaur won the TP out. Is he going to make it away? He's not. Matu's got enough physical. It's a double kill for him. Over towards the Ancient they go. They're going to have the ball back up in 10 seconds, but they're without the Fallen Spirit and the Underlord for 100. LeBron trying to hold them off outside of the base. It's not going to work. He's going to be called. Secret will claim this game 1 here, 46 minutes in, as